Hi, this is Mia Get Real. This is oh my god, Wednesday morning. My kid, I got sleep. I was 6. I don't even know what time it is. I didn't even think I have a meeting I could have gone to at 6:30. I think there's one at 7 near here. I think there's one at 5:45 near here too. I just found out. I've been reading a little book. 5:45 a.m. I couldn't sleep, so I was up and I had to put some food. I made some like raw vegan I might have bought eggplant once, but I bought some to make raw vegan bacon, which I don't care about bacon, but there's these sandwiches I bought buy that cost like $8, and they have raw vegan bacon, and it's too much. I can't even chew it. Like I can't even like bite into it because it's like stacked so thick. And then it has the cashew cheese, but I don't know. They put some kind of moss in it. And then there's the there's the lettuce tomato. So it's like a BLT with the flax. I don't know if it's flax and sunflower, but it's like the flax or something um, crust, like bread. And so I had bought some bread. I was making, okay, so I was going to do this a while back. I soaked, I don't think I sprouted. I usually sprout nuts. I'm kind of like intolerant to cashews. I don't know what my problem is, but I like soaked some cashews and then I put them in the fridge and then I'm like, oh my god, like 3 weeks later, like, oh my god, that was supposed to be in there for like 24 hours. So I think I had them in the fridge. Then I pulled them out. No, I had them on. No, that was a different setting. I think I did this twice. I had some on the stove and then my kid was using the oven a lot, so I heated up and it was like gross. I don't know. It was so gross. Both, whatever happened, one or two times. So I went and last night, no, before work yesterday, I put some nuts out and then with tap water, and I dumped them. And then I put, then I put distilled water in it because it was sitting there. I keep thinking I'm going to iron like all of my clothes with distilled water and steam and whatever. Like, I keep thinking I'm going to do that. And I should, right? Especially those like blazers that I washed that should not go in the wash. It should be dry clean. I'm like, those are like, there's now the collar like sticks up. I messed them up. I could do that today. That could be one of my goals in life. And I need to photocopy a bunch of crap. Shoot, man, this sucks. Anyways, so I finally put that out yesterday. I think I soaked him and then I put him in the distilled water. Then I dumped that out and put it in the fridge like that. So I didn't cover it with plastic wrap. There's like fruit flies, and I didn't like. Everyone was blaming me, but then I realized like you can get some fruit from certain stores that have fruit flies already like getting ready, like they're hiding in there or something, and then it just becomes a nightmare because I had this like banana in my bag forever. That was a really bad mess. Like I kept smelling banana, and I was like, I thought I ate my lunch, and so I don't want to talk about it. And so I ended up taking this um, and putting it in the fridge to keep. Oh yeah, everyone was blaming me, so fine. Like you're the only one who eats fruit, and it's like yeah, you breeding these things, and you complain about something. Yeah, like my daughter was doing paper mache. Oh my god. Was she actually using flour? I don't know. But she had this jar and I didn't notice. I saw it. I was like, what's that? And it had a bag in it. So I was like, I don't know what that is. I don't care. That's stupid. Okay, it's not too sure. You make a spider head, skeleton head thing. I don't know. It's top heavy. It's in the kitchen. One of our kitchen chairs. Chairs, mismatched chair we got from a neighbor is like completely covered in this paste, which I'm like, I'm not. Sometimes you're like, I'm not gonna clean it off until they're done with the project because I have a feeling she's gonna put like 8 little spider legs on that thing. It's like a balloon, and so I ended up seeing. I moved it, and I moved the plant. I like laughed like, and on this plant, and then these fruit flies came out right above. I was like, oh my god, it's my favorite plant. I should know they're plants. It's not my favorite, but it's one of the ones that when it's really dry, it droops, and you're like, instead of just dying, you're like, oh, ooh, that guy's giving me a sign. I gotta water stuff. So I ended up going and bumping into that to try to fill the dishwasher, which I don't know why. It seems like dishwashers have the same amount of space, but why does this one hold like 6 dishes and a few silverware? Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know if it's just, I think it's because it's so open that everything clinks together, and it's not like open like the work. Sometimes you have the work sanitizer where you could put like big stuff in there, and and then sometimes you have the bars where you could like stack stuff. It doesn't really have a lot of space that you could put rows and rows of stuff. I don't know. It's ridiculous. It doesn't have a spinner on top either. Like water, it's really weird. Everything here is the cheapest possible, so I can be grateful that we're not living in a tent still. But I ended up like bumping that, and all these flies come out. Oh my god! So I go grab the jar. I'm like, oh my god, was she using this for paper mache? Was she using flour? Whatever it is, wet and moist and brown. And I was like, I'm not looking at it. It looks like mold. And she had a bag inside. So my kid's an artist. So everything, if you give her something, it's gonna turn into a project. You got a jar. You got stickers. You got paper. I've come home when they were old enough to stay home, and everything. This happened multiple times. Everything is out of the recycling in the kitchen. Everything has been turned into a project, and I've been gone. And I'm like, learned at a young age that she needed art and crafts, but if she would get inspired and just have to go with it. And she doesn't like riding the bus, but she'll ride it to the fabric craft store. And sometimes I've gotten texts early in the morning like, I'm out of 5, like I'm on the bus out of here. I am inspired. So I don't want to say anything bad because I encourage that. And I was one of those parents that other parents would yell at my kids if they were like watching. If I had to go and use the bathroom or something, my kids were on a playground at our park. Yeah, you're playing with mud. You're doing this. You're not eating cooked vegetable. Blah blah. Like all these things I encourage them. Eat your vegetables raw. Play in the mud. Get dirty, and totally do a bunch of arts and crafts and what you like, and have musical instrument stuff all over the place because I like it. Like that is that's mind food, and that's how I raised them. So I'm not mad, but everyone's blaming me. So I pick up this thing, like, don't look at it, just throw it away. I was like, oh shoot, there's money in there. So it was a Ziploc bag inside here with a bunch of change inside of it. So I pull it out. Don't look. I hope there's nothing in the jar. I better ask the garbage man if I already picked up the trash. And then I dumped the money out with this thing is all wet. And I was like, oh my god, I don't want to see anything creepy crawling around on there. Just like throw that in the garbage. And then it took a while to get the trash out because we were driving all over the place yesterday. Back and forth, everywhere, there. And so I ended up like I always think that my arms are like longer than they really are. I ended up, oh, anyways, I don't know the point of the story, so let's go back. So yeah, we were trying to straighten up the kitchen. I eat raw food. Oh yeah, raw food. I eat raw foods. The kids complain at me for being tired because they think I'm malnourished, which I'm not. I have more. I would not be able to keep the kind of schedule that I do if I didn't. Um, if I didn't do raw foods, I don't think I could keep the schedule that I do. And it's mainly for me a healing journey from a bunch of different things. And oh, that's crazy. I'm like trying to tie it in a bow, and I don't think it's gonna work. Whatever. Like, that looks crazy. It's Tuesday morning. Who cares? Um, this is not my color, guys. If I wear this headband, I wear like. There's one. No, I don't know. My makeup sometimes disappears. So my daughter, as I was raised, kind of like by a mom who was raised by a single mom, was like not really gender specific. So it's like my daughter is like that. It'd be like, I'm gonna take your cosmetic stuff, your makeup disappeared, your glitter disappeared, and then she's gonna take her brother's. Like I was buying her brother like manly stuff like knives and um axes and stuff. ago. And I was like, oh, I was like, whatever, it's not working for me. So I'm like dealing with being a single parent, and all right. So fast forward to this morning, I was up till 1 or 2, and that is absolutely not okay with myself. Um, I don't like being up like that, and I was on OkCupid, and I already like sound horrible. My voice, I don't know. Um, it's probably, I don't do well with cashew. I don't know why I'm eating it. Um, and I was like waiting for this one guy, and um, he said he was gonna contact me, and I said something about my hours being weird, and he never responded. Like maybe he didn't like those words. And I was thinking back. I was like, well, I was at work until like 10, I don't know when I left. I was like thinking of J.J. Murray's book. One of them, he has books about black women and white men, are usually like Italian white. I I had this where I was thinking, I was like, well, this is who I am. Thinking in my mind, if someone doesn't like me for who I am, they need to know that now up front before feelings get thrown around and tossed around and broken and hurt. And so I just had to say, even last night that I was going out to get the mail, the moon is starting to get smaller, and I was like, oh, I should wish upon a star, like, God help me, over the past 4 to 5 days, I was like, God, you know me, I've had these little crushes over the past, since 2016, and stuff happens the way it should, and sometimes I want to control a situation, and stuff happens the way that I don't want it to happen, and that's, like, I feel like such a brat. I feel like I want what I want when I want it, and this may not be a thing, but I try to calm myself down. It's like, have you asked God to guide you to meet the right people and to get the right experience and be healthy? Like sometimes like your kids are healthy, you got the rent paid, you have food in the fridge, even if it's mostly for teenagers, and the animals, let's call them rats, they're not rats, the guinea pigs and the rabbit, and I'm like, put it in perspective, be grateful for that. Some people don't have that, that's a bare minimum. And some people don't have their health, whether they're homeless or not homeless. And that one is something you could try to buy, but once you get something, so I had to do this analogy with myself when it came to men. I was like, maybe that guy had some life-threatening sexually transmitted disease, and you would have thought, oh my God, this guy is freaking hot. I will give my body to them and not be safe and end up playing Russian roulette. Like I had to talk to myself about things happen for a reason, but at the same time, it's like it also makes you feel like rejected, and you feel like, oh my God, these people don't like me. They don't want to go out with me. They don't even want to get to know me. Like all they know is a few words on a screen and a picture that I realize is super dark because it's me with this behind me, and it's like super dark. And so it's like I just feel like right now, like, oh my God, I I think I don't know if I made a video, so sorry. I was really tired last night, and I was trying to make this video. I was whispering because my kid was asleep, and I was like, dude, there's 3 red flags here with this dude. And okay, first of all, their age and their face don't look like, okay, because this guy's white. The age and the face don't match up to me. Um, I've seen some white vegan vegetarians that look awfully young, depending on how much they go outside. And I'm not used to guys in their 30s, 40s, or 50s at all, or older. I have seen some raw foodists only through videos on YouTube and stuff. I do Raw 3 9 Black, and so that makes it really weird. And I'm really stressed out and super tired, so I probably like just look my age because like I would look like 20 years older if I wasn't, or I look 20 years older because I'm so tired and like exhausted from working, but I would look like 20 years younger because of my diet. So then it just kind of puts me at my age, and then people try to tell me that I look like. I had to do something last week and go somewhere that required me to show an ID, and they ID'd me. And then they, at first they probably thought I had a fake ID. I was like, I'm willing to give my birthday, and then they just, I was like, it's okay. I look younger than I am. I was like, but I was like going to this place that I didn't want to go, but somebody was like trying to like get some help, so I was trying to help this dude. So I'm like, I get this like, I don't know, weird thing, like I want to ask, like, dude, is that really you? And then I saw these women on YouTube talking about catfishing. So I as far as only the 2 videos I watched, it sounded like people were either sending a fake picture or they're not representing themselves, who they are, and then they meet, or then they make up lies about they can't meet. Like I heard a couple horror stories, and one man wrote a comment about how he hated how it was catfishing that women wore makeup in their profile pics, and I'm like, I think for men, like I'm not a man, I don't know how men feel if you become partnered up or you like start spending the night at someone's house and like you wake up a certain way and you bathe and wake up, or sorry, like you come out of a shower, like you borrow somebody's shower and you come out with your hair wet and you're not dressed and you're not wearing makeup. Like of course, like wearing clothing is like, this is kind of like my pseudo pajama. Wearing clothing, wearing makeup, and doing your hair, all of those things are not what you really look like. And so like the dude, if a dude wants your bare face, then they can ask for that picture later. But if like I see these guys with the bare chest or like torso shot, and you're kind of like, oh, that's not really that cool for your first picture. But I'm like, oh, these guys are macho or they're young, so whatever. Um, so okay, so let's go back to the dating website. So it's like 1 a.m. I get no response. I wake up this morning, I have no response. So I had maybe before midnight, I said, let's contact these other people and just respond. And some of them I couldn't respond because either it wasn't a question or I didn't know how to answer it. So I'm like, oh, this guy's traveling. And then okay, so first red flag, he looks super, like he looks like half his age. I mean, maybe over 20, but it's like professional shots. Like there's one picture that looks a little bit like closer to my age, but not his listed age. So maybe he just put a wrong birth date in to attract older women. I don't know. That could be, he could be dishonest. Second thing was, he said he was going to message me yesterday afternoon. It was already afternoon. I don't know what time it was. By the time I saw that, I don't know. I got to work at 3:30 and I responded. I took a like super fast bathroom break and I responded then something, and I never heard back. And I was like, oh my god, this guy already lied to me. And then my third thing was, this isn't a red flag, but I'm like, I may never hear from or meet this person ever. And that's not really a red flag, but I had to like give myself like finalize this 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 basically. I imagine when I go somewhere and I see people and I meet people, um, I'm like, hi, how's it going? Good, great. How's it? Oh, the weather's nice. Yeah, we just got the plans this weekend. Oh, yeah, you do some yard work. Oh, then going to the beach on Sunday. Got a party. Got a barbecue afterwards. Could be a good week. Like, and I imagine dogs like sniffing each other's butts. Like you're just like okay, that's okay, cool, dude. Like party on. Like yeah, like. And the dog like takes his owner one direction, the other dog goes the other direction. You're off on your own adventure. You're wagging your tail and You're that, or you're grumpy and you're growling, or you're like, whatever. Like, it's like, I imagine, like my guinea pigs, they just, like, staying on top of each other. That weirds me out all the time. And I'm just like, okay, you're so primitive. It's like, that's how, like, they don't seem to get mad at each other unless somebody's claws are in each other's back. I don't know what's up with those people or those animals. I feel sorry for the bunny. He's been isolated a little bit this week. Oh my god, I hope the kids are playing with him. And so I get up this morning, there's still no message. I fall back asleep. I wake up, there's still no message from that one person. I'm like, and after work, I had to take a break, and I was trying to say this last night, and I was like, I'm so sad. So we're gonna get on here. This is oh shoot, is this part 1 video? I gotta post part 2. So I'm sitting here like mad because I don't have what I want when I want it. And see, I had a website that wasn't working earlier. Let's do this one. And I'm looking. Okay, so there's a bunch of people I like their profiles, and I should know. Like, I'm like, you don't know these people. Give it a chance. Like, in my mind. So go back to JJ Murray. There was one of his stories. I think it was the last one I read. I had to look it up. And I think, oh, it was the guy who went on a bunch of dates right after his girlfriend dumped him for another man. And he happened to be married. And he was from out of the country, and it was horrible for the guy. And it was weird because this book is written by a male. I refused until I finished his very first book to look at his bio in the back. And I refused, and maybe until the second book, maybe not, I don't know when, to look at his picture to see that he was a white male and writing in perspective of a main character being a black female. But what I really like is that he has a male perspective, but the way that this guy describes things reminds me of myself. The characters, male and female, both have so many thoughts. Like, and he uses the word booty a lot. And this guy, this is my perception of, this is my opinion of JJ Murray. It's like Christian erotica. It's like sex before marriage, makeouts. We're not going to go all the way, but we're going to be pretty daggone close. Like, and some of it has some Christian undertones, or one of them had a pastor in it, and that, oh god, that one cracked me up. That guy was a preacher coming from, he was white, but he was preaching in a small black church where his girlfriend, a black woman, or his wife, got killed, spoiler, with her unborn child. They both died in a car wreck, drunk driver or something like that. I think it was a drunk driver. And they demoted him because in that church, I hear something on the porch. Hold on, it's probably my kid. Let me check. I was gonna ignore it. I better check. Alright, so anyways, this is JJ Murray's story. But that was really sad. But yeah, there was some other stories. I read like 3, 4 books. Do you have like Christian undertones? Hold on. Alright, here's 2 pieces of the vegan bacon. It looks gross. The way I cut it. It tastes like the fatty part of your bacon. But I haven't eaten meat in a long time, so I don't know. Anyways. The one where the guy went on these rebound dates with this black woman that he met. He was trying to get out, and he ended up on these little dates. We ended up in a coffee shop. And the woman liked to listen to his stories. And he kept checking out her booty. And she noticed, and finally became business partners, and they became partners, and then they hooked up. And one of his dates, like, he dated this rich chick, but she wanted to be spoiled, but she had to bring her best friend with her everywhere, and it was ridiculous. And she used these words that annoyed him. I don't know if she was fabulous. I don't remember. But so they would, since the new girlfriend, heard about all his dates and blunders and how he was being stalked by an alcoholic, it was ridiculous. She ended up, they ended up like joking with each other about stuff. Like, but I was like, oh my god, maybe this word irked this guy. And I thought about it. It was like, I think I saw a message before I left home or something. And I was at the street light right before work, and I had to wait a long time because there's pedestrians and cars. I couldn't even get into work for like 5 minutes. I couldn't get into the parking lot. The kids come out of school and they're all going the same direction, and then there's the cars that are all coming out of there, and then there's the OHSU hospital people coming, and it's like, oh my god, like, you know, the kids have the right of way. It's like, there are like 13 to 1,500 of you guys, and well, I gotta get to work. I gotta clock in. Alright, so I wake up this morning and I do a whole bunch of um, looking at people's sites, and what the problem is, there's a bunch of people that messaged me that I can't see their message anywhere unless I looked at their name. So there's some messages that aren't popping up, and it says this guy, like if you say like, it says this guy messaged you 9 hours ago or 16 hours, like I don't have it in my message box, so I don't understand. So I'm gonna look into that. We're gonna log in. So there's two guys with the same name, and I was not, and okay, so I told you that so I like this, there's this one guy that I thought was basic, simple, cute, and he stopped contacting me already, and then there's another guy, and then between the time that this one guy responded about contacting me later and saying that I was cute, I also updated my profile and said I had kids, and I don't know, that I didn't smoke. I don't know what I said. I thought I did that, but I did it on Match.com, which I'm not using because I'm not going to pay. Why are these pictures of all these women with these dudes? This is weird to me. It's like, okay. There's so many. Okay, I focus. So I ended up having respond to people last night, and I was up at like 6 looking at this thing, and then like I had to do laundry, and I was like, why am I up? I'm so tired, I don't feel well. So then my kids left to go hiking or venturing in the morning somewhere before school, and before a friend went to school too, and do breakfast. So I was up, and then there was this young guy that was like 30. I was like, oh my god, that's way too young. And then he said a couple things, and then I didn't respond, or he didn't respond, and I was like, whatever. And I'm like, if somebody's gonna check this before they go to work or after they go from work, I was like, maybe that guy's at a conference. And then I had like this future trip. Maybe he's on a date with somebody and he doesn't want to say it, so he's gonna say he's traveling and can't talk. Or maybe he's got a wife and they took their kids somewhere for a few days, and I'm like, well, maybe he's at a conference for work, and he's just like so busy that he's like gotta sit there and not play with his phone. Like, I'm on like future trip, and like, dude, he doesn't want to hang out, he doesn't want to talk to you, whatever. So I just had simple messages to most of the other guys. One guy, the outfit he had on, like, really gave me the creeps. Is one of those like straw hat things, like those round ones. Those top hats, and that, like, not top hat, but it has like the brim. Those hats creep me out, and I don't know if I should use these as red flags or fears. Like I'm fearful of Muppets. Some other guy had this thing with his scary hands. Like, this other guy was like posing in front of like a clinic sign with scrubs on, and I was just like, whatever. This other guy, it sounded like he was doing Chinese medicine program and thinking about the world. So with that, I was just like, and then I was like, God, is there like thousands of these? Like, don't like. Then I started looking into hookups only, or here for one thing, or does drugs, drinks moderately. Like, only one guy I saw moderately socially, but socially it can be like every hour of every day, who knows. And then I was like, drugs. I'm like, do I want someone like smoking pot and then like, oh, I don't want to smell your smoke. Like, I'm gonna go outside. Like, if I'm around, like, I don't want that. So I also don't know if someone said that they didn't do drugs and then they do drugs or whatever. Like, so out here, pot's legal, so you don't know if they consider that drugs. You don't know if they didn't get any responses, so they're gonna say, no, I don't do drugs, and just hide it from the person. The other thing is, there's a whole heck of a lot of pictures of the dudes like drinking, or doing like a bunch of shots or wine bottles. And when I was on Plenty of Fish a few years ago, like every guy was pretty much like, message me if you want to go out for drinks. Message me if you want to go out for drinks. I was like, I don't want to go out for drinks. So now I'm just like, message me if they say, message me if you want to go out for drinks or coffee. I don't drink coffee and I don't do drinks, so I'm just like, whatever. Alright, so we're gonna go through, I'm gonna stretch the screen up and I'm gonna go through, wait, I'm like, what's wrong with my language? I'm gonna do browse messages, or sorry, not gonna browse, I don't know what I'm talking about. Alright, sideways pictures are weird now. So I had a conversation, I didn't see this lady. I don't know when I saw this lady. I was talking about bald guys, and then I was like, well, this one bald guy is really annoying. He's like bossy, kind of. But he's like, he looks like, this is like someone I've known for like a year, only from one of my jobs. I was, whatever. Anyways, this guy was trying to talk to me, this. Okay, there's older guy, he's bald, there's younger guy, he's got bald. This younger guy is so cute and adorable, like, you want to squeeze it over cheeks, and he's like, he has like the biggest smile, and all he'll say is my name and keep walking. When I first met him, he was like, oh, what do you do this weekend? And it was like a holiday. He's like, I'm doing nothing. Like, he was just so bubbly. But I like went up to him when I was on a lunch break because he was still in the store. And he just like froze, like panicked, like deer in the headlights. And he looks really particular about what types of foods. Like, some of the foods I get my kids, he's really particular about the certain foods that he gets. But I'm like one time he like parked his cart next to my cart when I was gone. I was like, oh, that's fun. And so there's that guy who wants squirrel streaks, but he's like not gonna talk to me. And I was like, what is this guy? A programmer? I don't know. And then this other guy is older than me. He has like long gray hair. He always wears a cap, and he's always wearing like tennis shoes and pants, or sorry, shorts and a vest, something vest, outdoory, like Portlander. And I never noticed how he dressed. He's like, oh, I work out at the park all the time. I go running. That's why I'm dressed this way. That's why I'm covered in mud. I was like, in my mind, I'm like, I didn't notice. And I was just like whatever, floats your boat, dude. I don't look at that. When I see guys in kilts, which is not uncommon in West Side of Portland, that's when I take notice, but I don't stare because these dudes are like, and there'll be like a couple of them in the store, or there'll be like one of these big, like dudes with kids. And I'm not about to stare at their kilts. It's like, I've seen it once, I know what it is. So, and it's not uncommon around here. It's like, I'm like, dude, so come over, cut down the trees, man. Like, I feel so weird and so, like, racist. But I'm like my ex didn't know if he was part Scottish and German. So it's just like, whatever, dude. Like, my family's part Irish, and I'm like, whatever, dude. Cultural sensitivity here. But that's the only time I noticed was that you like double take. It's the problem when you got this big soggy guys is their skirt is closer, or sorry, their skirt their kilt is closer to my face. Like, you know what I mean? When someone's taller and I'm like so short, it's like you just like notice stuff more. And there's the other guy short, and it's like one day he comes in like with a like work shirt and no hat, and it was just like long hair and like no hair, and it was like, hello, person, I don't know your name. And I was like, I don't know what it is, but there's certain people that cut their hair super short around here, and it looks fine, and certain people that shave the rest, and it looks fine, but I don't know. I can't help it, okay? I can't help my hair is damaged, it doesn't grow. I understand. I have empathy, but I was just so if I woke up and I had braids and no head anything on, and I woke up and someone saw me, my hair would just, it's usually already like that, but it's like somewhat I go like this. It's like, oh my god, my hair would be like crazy too. It's like, be like, oh my god, I'd probably look better bald. I consider shaving off my hair. I don't know if I'm that type of woman. You see those beautiful black ladies, supermodels with no hair, and you're just like, oh my god, she's so gorgeous and glamorous. She's a diva. So I'm gonna make a part 2. It's really long. So I had somebody ask me out, and it's not that one person, and I had, no, I actually had 2 people. I ignored the first one. Sorry, I ignored 2 people. Somebody's I liked, and they looked really unhealthy, and I'm like, I'm not gonna judge them by their looks. But I'm like, and so I was like, yeah. I was like, you could have the sexiest person that's like total druggy player, full of STDs, and it's like, what's the point? Like, so I don't want to like just think of someone's looks or certain things they write. This could be false, and you don't know any of these people's personalities. So I'm like, this one old fella, I was like, oh, like whatever, I don't know, let's give someone a chance. And then the first thing they say, they don't say how, they don't say hi, how are you, like what do you like to do? They're just like, message me if you want to date. It's like, this is a person I kind of gave a chance to get to know. They're kind of bossy, and I thought if something clicked, or if I had an intelligent conversation, or like turned it into like some kind of messaging back and forth, like a phone conversation, then I'd be like, oh, I kind of click, and I want to meet this guy. So there's a second person, and then there's a few messages. I'm gonna make, excuse me, a part 2 of Wednesday morning, and I don't know what I talked about last night, except I think I had to tell you guys that I was like, I would shut down this whole account if I clicked with this other person, and that other person hasn't responded. I'm like, so that's pretty much what I was whispering yesterday. It's like, why don't I go to sleeping? I just gotta be here. I just gotta, like, alright, let's go for part 2, guys. What happened?